If it's self-help, you fucking do it. Are you gonna? Hello, I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about one very powerful thing that you can do for yourself. It's self-help. Isn't it funny that there's so many books? I heard this like a comedy sketch. Isn't it so funny that there's like so many self-help books? That's not self-help. That's somebody else helping you. Wouldn't self-help be more you fucking help yourself? Anyway, just a thought. Or depending on how you hold it, maybe you can have self is like we're everybody, we're all one self, and then it is self-help, but it's just another aspect of yourself helping yourself. It's sort of you could do it that way too, I suppose, but I think it's funnier the other way. It's like, why the fuck are all these books on self-help? If it's self-help, you fucking do it. Are you gonna? Which brings me to the video, what I want to talk to you about. Basically, one of the most challenging things that I've found in my own work and then also working with other people, which I've done a lot of, is this aspect where it seems to me one of the hardest things is to graduate. I'm sure I've done a video about this, but I'll hit it again anyway. It bears repeating, as we might say. It's like this thing where people don't do shit for themselves. Like, I mean, I've been guilty of this. I've seen it. I've seen it in others. I've seen it myself. It's a thing, right? It's something we're weird about it, as far as I can tell. We're not very powerful in this area, generally speaking, culturally speaking. And it's the thing where, are you the kind of person that when you see you need to do something, you go and do it for a long period of time, like consistently over time? When you have to do it for like a year, 2 years, like say you're out of shape and you want to get fit, right? How many people do you see that self-motivate? Which is they get off their ass, they're all alone, they get off their ass, they make the thing happen, and they do it for nobody else but themselves. How often do you see that? And I think there's a reason why when you see people like social media influencers or people that actually do stuff like that, there's a reason why you tend to think of them as more powerful. It's because they're doing the shit that you dream of doing. They're doing it and you're not doing it. You see? Or they're taking the action. They're like getting up even when things are hard, making sure the thing happens by themselves. That's the tricky part. It's like they do it in a sense of, I'm alone in this and I'm going to go do this thing for me completely. I think that's rare. It looks to me like that's rare. And so now, what would it take for you to confront that? What would it take for you to decide that you're going to do something no matter what anybody else says? Because I suspect this is part of it. I suspect. Entering the psychological domain, I bet it has a lot to do with some sort of parent shit. And what I mean by that is it looks to me like people are out there in the world, they don't do the stuff, they hesitate because they're looking for approval so that they can feel good about what they're doing so that they can do it. So I see a lot of problems with that right away. One, if I'm looking for approval, what happens if there's nobody there to approve of me? I won't do it. Or if I'm looking for a feeling before I do something, what happens if I don't have that feeling? I won't do it. You see? And this approval stuff, this need for approval, this addiction to like approval, when I've looked into this shit for myself, to me it looks very much like, Dad, did I do it, Dad? Mom, did I do good? It's like, did I do good? Who does that? Children do that. Kids do that. Did you see me? Did you see me? Now, there's nothing wrong with that ultimately. Like I don't want to turn people away from like, hey, did you see what I did there? Wasn't that badass? Like, yeah, go do that. That's fine. That's fine. What I'm talking about is this need for approval, and if I don't get it, I'm crushed. Or if I don't get the approval, I don't do the thing. It's like, then you're very disempowered in your ability to take action because you won't, because you're not being approved of. And then when in looking into this shit and then trying to get past it or working to get past it, it looks to me like I have to confront not needing my parents in a weird way. Or like, as Jesus might say, kill your parents. Not literally kill your parents, but get over this fucked up relationship you have with your parents. But I get it. It's probably ingrained from a young age, because literally when you are young, if you have decent parents or if you have parents, you need them to live. So you grow up needing them. And then also in this culture, people who work a job, when you work a job, you're in a situation where other people are telling you what to do. It's like, okay, it's like parents telling you what to do. And as far as I can tell, and I've seen people in lots of different corporate environments, they're still fucking children. Even like I told you, the guy with the cashews, the fucking corporate coach guy, he was a fucking man-child. And he probably made shitloads of money coaching corporate people. Still a child, though. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this, I need others in this way. It could be useful to get past that. So now, backing up here. How can you do that? You may have to confront loneliness because you're going to be alone in that. Or like, I listened to some podcasts with this guy, I think it was the founder of Burton Snowboards, right? The guy, I think he lost his parents. He went through some shit. And he was building snowboards, but he mentioned how alone he felt in his entrepreneurial journey. And for years was like that. But still continued anyway. And it's like that quality of being able to do something by yourself, self-motivate, you do it, you're doing it for you. Nobody has to tell you what to do. You just do it. It's like somebody who's fat and they go, I'm done with being fat, and then they get unfat. They don't give a shit about what anybody else says, or maybe they do, but it doesn't matter. They're not doing it for other people, they're doing it for themselves. Or like if you know that you have some task that's going to take a lot of rigor and discipline, are you starting? Are you doing it? Probably not. If you have one of those, it's like probably you're not doing that. Confront that you're not doing that. And then ask yourself, like, what would it take for you to be that kind of person? See, so now, how do you do that? Well, one place I would invite you to look is notice that you can do yourself in the form of being yourself. Being yourself is a form of doing. I would invite you to consider that being you is not what you are, but it's what you're doing. But you're doing it at a, quote, level, what you might call being, like the person you are being. Is a doing, but it's who you're being. If you be somebody that is going to take those actions, guess what? You'll take those actions. Why? Because you're being that kind of person. Be like, yeah, Brendan, but I don't know how to do that. That's okay. I don't think anybody knows how to do that coming out the gate anyway. You fire some babies out. And what I mean by that is we're all making the shit up. We're making it up. So if you can make it up one way, which is the way you're doing it right now, you can make it up a different way. And there's nothing stopping you from doing that but you. There's nothing stopping you from doing that but you. All right? So if you could consider that and then get over that major hurdle, because I think that is a major one. Like when I work with apprentices here, for example, it's very tricky because in one sense, I work with them. I tell them what to do. I tell them ways to be, ways to think, and I tell them. So then what happens? Eventually they get complacent. They go, oh, Brendan's going to tell me. So then they don't do it. They just wait for daddy. They wait for dad to come tell them what to do. See, again, that's like that parent shit. And so eventually I get wise to that and I go, no, you fucking do it. No, you do it. Why? Because that'll serve them better. Because I'm trying to train them, and this is, part of what's tricky about my job when I do it, if I do it. I'm trying to train them to be the kind of person that's going to take action whether they have a trainer or not. So I'm trying to train them out of needing a fucking trainer. That's not easy. And I think ultimately in the back of my mind when I'm coaching people, the goal, I think personally, should be to not need a fucking coach. Like to really not need a coach. Now, I'm not saying a coach is not useful. I'm not saying a mentor is not incredibly powerful. I'm not, and which it is. So use your coaches, but be the kind of person that doesn't need a coach even while you're using a coach. See, it's the who you're being, who you're being while you're being coached. This kind of person has a lot more power than somebody that is waiting for permission, waiting to be told what to do, looking for approval, doing all that other crap. See? Now, if you aren't like this naturally, most people are not, how could you be? What way would you have to be in order to be like that? What ways of thinking would you have to engage in to be like that? What kinds of feelings would you have to feel to be like that? Good. You got an idea? Good. Now, if you need it, go do it. And that's how you do that. Okay, I hope this has served you. I'm Brendan Lee. Thanks for watching. If you want, you're invited. I just launched a school community. It's a free place where people can come. We are committed to consciousness and skill. We are not into bullshit. We're not into beliefs. We're not into fantasy. We're not into foo-foo crap. So if you want to get down, do some solid work that is ultimately freeing and it gets you happy, gets you more powerful and more effective as a human being, you're invited to check that out. I'll leave the link in the description. Otherwise, if you want to kick your own ass real bad, come here, do a workshop. You're invited to that too. You know where to find the shit in the links in the description. Okay? All right, much love. Take care. Bye. Do good work. See ya.